How's it going, you Gen-Dro? Welcome to Gen-Dro Studios, where we stream games all the time. Thanks for joining me, guys. It's always a wonderful time in the neighborhood, and I hope that you guys are doing great this evening / whatever time it is over on your end. But we're going to move on to the next thing in this show, and that is the game. The game. Oh, and by the way, to mark off this occasion, apparently, from Nasarni, he told me, I didn't know any other way because I was busy doing work on my channel all day. Nothing that can be seen yet, so you'll just have to wait and be patient like last time. This one's going to be a little bit more time consuming, so we will get to it eventually, and I will let you know. And I will even shout it out on my X account, so you can check out for news events over there. I also post schedules there for anybody who does not have time to look, or they just want a quick peek, or if they're on there more often, it's there. I will always say it on stream, and you can always catch me on YouTube as well. For any previous streams, they will all be pre-recorded from here, and there will be no editing or anything like that yet. I will have to hire an editor. I do want to try to do my own edit, but I think in the long run, considering how long it's been taking me to just do artwork alone, and just to do editing would take me quite a long time, especially if it's as difficult as animation is. So there's that. But I still want to try it. I still want to get there, and I still want to have, I want to be able to say that I have that skill set, whether I'm going to use it or not, because who knows? Something might happen, and say if I did hire an editor for my YouTube channel to create videos out of whatever the hell I'm streaming, if he was sick or whatever one day, I want to be able to do it in case he couldn't do it, or, whatever. Just having that thought and then being able to discuss it. And a lot of things that I'm doing right now, I will eventually want to hire somebody to do it for me and just have them do the work for me. But I want to know how to do it before I hire somebody else to do it. That way I know what the fuck I'm talking about if there ever comes a conversation. This may not ever happen. This might be so far in the future or that I can't even fathom. I don't know, but I mean, it's nice to have these thoughts and plan ahead and always think about these things just in case. Anyways, thinking about thinking, we're going to be going into a game that apparently blows your mind and kind of makes you question reality a little bit. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun with that, and you guys get to join me if you want. You can leave now or forever hold your peace. It is that kind of thing. Let's see. I'm a 4, but like I said, you must take the lead, and I think to continue your growth. And there may be other people, and it's important that you say lots and lots of followers to get together in a game. Yeah. It's funny that Mr. Squeaky mentions that. I would love, if you guys join my Discord, you'll see a bunch of options. Well, one of them is Party Up. And I put that server in so that way we can party. So whether you are just a watcher, not a streamer or whatever, or you are a streamer and you want to do a collab, I have the option that if you can jump on my Discord, you can send an invite. And you guys know my schedule. You guys know what I'm doing. You guys know ahead of time. And I will make sure that everyone's informed so that way we can, get a little stream going on and get a little game going on. And if push comes to shove, I will do my best to make sure that my dog is taken care of beforehand, so that way we can have a nice long stream, just in case. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. I am. I was upset because I was working on my my overlay because I wanted a separate overlay for the Stanley Parable, and I was working on it. And it was just about done. And I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I look like. And for whatever fucking reason, it does not want to do the editing that I wanted to. And it blotched out the star. So you see I'll point this way. I have no idea how this game is going to go. So you see the little banner right there with the little scrolly thing on it? So the outside box part, it's supposed to be an electrical box. Eventually, I'm going to change it all up, and it's going to be buttons that you can just click on to play games, and it'll show up on Gen-Dro Steam. That's basically how I'm going to work it. That way, you don't have to type it in chat or anything like that. You just have little buttons that you can press, and it'll just pop it up. So it'll be like a game cartridge or something like that, or like an emulator, a ROM, or some shit like that. You get the idea. You'll see it when I do it. I'm pretty sure I have a firm grasp of how it's going to work out. I already have it set up on my Mix-a-Lot, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be sexy. It's gonna be awesome. For whatever reason, the game's not starting, and I don't know why. Listen here, fuckers. Start this game. Did it work? Let's see. Yeah, it is. It's working. Woo. All right, cool. I guess we're going to go ahead and begin the game then. Oh, that's so weird. That's like what similar to what I have going on my PC when I'm doing my stream. End is never the end, is never the end, is loading any. What? I'm confused. They said it was an experience. So we'll see what's going on.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
That would make me go insane.
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Was he, though?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, that's gonna make me sick. Stop. Why are you doing this? Okay. Why is it doing that? That was making me dizzy for a minute. I was getting really sick. Why is it acting funny? Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this game. It won't stop! Please fix it. Alright, let's see. Maybe Steam is acting nuts and doesn't know how to fucking do shit correctly. I don't know. Give me a second, guys. This is fucking horrible. I hate when my games act like this. All right. Okay. Now we're okay. That was weird as fuck, man. So how do I interact with shit? I have not seen that. I haven't either. Well, I don't see anything on here about controls. Let me see. Keyboard, mouse. Forward. Controls to duck. Use items, buttons, machines, mouse. Take screenshot. There we go. I think I broke it. No, I got it. Sweet. It looks a lot better now. I did not like what it was before. Alright, keyboard and mouse. Accelerated mount. No. Okay, so to duck is control. Could I just hide in the desk? No. It doesn't seem to be allowing me to do anything or interact with anything. Do you think it's glitched? It might be glitched. Yeah, it was. The door closed on me. Alright, so now we can get out of here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That is weird as fuck. Awaiting input. Did that thing move on its own? Am I tripping? This is not like a horror game, is it? Because I would not like it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm just going to take the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I drink it?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm not doing anything they're saying.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's fucking great. Ah. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on... But in his efforts to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am so powerful. That was awesome.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Drink it in. Alright, let's see what else we can do. What kind of shenanigery we're gonna do around here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine, we'll take the door on the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Sure. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it fall up inside your fish. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and the bevel and all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Nice. I feel so unique. Member of slides on this slide. Oh, wow. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. This is all information that I need. Holy shit, it's 2006 in this game? Rate of what the fuck? Please no more charts, I'm begging. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out your triple your boss appreciation specialist. There's a boss appreciation specialist. Solving the interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself...
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Just for not getting fired so close. Oh my god, don't get fired. Oh my god, these slides are amazing. I love it. It was the best slide I've ever did. That was the best 5 minutes
Coming
I've
to
ever
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I guess. Wait a minute.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
All right.
So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Yep, you're not normal. You're schizophrenic.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What the fuck?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Whoa.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What a story. I wouldn't even... I honestly... I don't know if I could consider this a game either. You were right, Nasarna. This is... weird as fuck. It's tripping me out, man. Oh, did I get locked in? Again? Is this by design? Like, is it supposed to close on me like this? Open the door! You sons of bitches. Wait, is the time moving? Nope, I can't do anything. Alright, begin the game again, damn it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
It is the end. I mean, it is the beginning.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
At this point, Stan is obsessed, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yeah, no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Fuck yeah.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
He was so pissed off, too. Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I wonder if I just stand there, he'll say something about it. just sit here and just chill. Anyways, guys, how you going? I hope that you guys are enjoying the game. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this game, though. Oh, my. I guess he doesn't say anything. Feedback area, huh?
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
I don't know.
And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Another world leaderboard. Who the hell are these people? Are these actually people who are on here? Whoa! Oh, wow! Oh! My friends list is empty. Well, that hurts my feelings. Well...
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Let's fucking do it.
Taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
All right. Let's see how this is working. What the fuck?
Baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Get the fuck out of here, Florb.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Alrighty then. It's fucking Minecraft.
Is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
What the fuck? Minecraft of all things. Well, I can't go in. Well, I guess there's no going in.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect?
Oh.
It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
We're gonna play Minecraft, I guess.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. I can't even jump.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Damn. The stream seems to have a slight lag on it, off and on.
Yes, I don't even know.
Let me see. See if that works a little bit. All right. Try that and see if it works a little bit better.
This game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Well, that's the first time I was allowed to pick something up. There we go. Oops. Oh, it's not gonna break anymore? Oh. What do we got here? It feels like a game.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
My forte. I think he was being sarcastic, that asshole.
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long.
Damn.
Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Well, he was upset. I think I might have hurt his feelings. Lock me in this room. Fine. I'm jumping down the hole. Ah! What the fuck? What am I doing? Big file cabinets. Oh. I guess I'm supposed to figure out how to get out of here? Wow! The fuck is going on here? What the fuck? I'm a little tripped out, just a little bit. Well, looks like we've got nothing going on in here except a bunch of empty doors. He really did leave me behind, that asshole. Hey, look, there's some light. Let me get in! Hello, hello, hello! Is anybody in here? Are you gonna talk to me again, narrator? It's been lonely without you. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything on the... Well, wait a minute. Can I do anything here? Nope. A journey? What the fuck?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
I wish
Once
I was
this
on
ends,
shrooms.
after it all comes to a close.
This would be
then I'll
great
back.
on shrooms.
The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Did it start me all over again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Click
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I guess not. I'm sure I can click on something and it'll happen. This game is fucking weird. What? I didn't input anything. Let me through one of these doors.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't. I haven't done anything. I'm being obstinate.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'd like to know where the slide is coming from. Oh, there it is. Alright, doesn't look like I can click on anything here. some shit written on the back of these? Oh, okay, just one of them. I can enter the broom closet!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's gotta be something here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Oh!
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Well, it all started when I was born. My mother told me that I was special. Then I realized that I wasn't
You realize
special.
there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
So
I
what?
never would have thought to mention it.
I mean, if you let me in, I'm just gonna. If I
Maybe
sit,
to you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
is there a broom closet ending?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. They had all the drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What the fuck?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
He's describing you. Stanley is fat and ugly and addicted to hookers. I know, when he said that, I fucking died inside. I was like, get the fuck out of here. How long does it take for him to be like, I give up? If you like the broom closet so much, you can live in it. Did I get the broom closet ending?
Ah, second player. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
How long? Will he say something else for the second player? Okay, he's not saying anything.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, wow. Let me in the bathroom. And then I chickened out. Just kidding.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where? Oh. Okay. I want to find a secret passageway. Fine. I'll do it.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, so they're going to answer the question?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
My death. Did I die? You'll never know. Oh?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What the fuck? Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings. Office layout. This the blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley office to the doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. Through the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Oh wow! So yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice little area. Then right to the two doors. The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Cool. Wasting power. A selection of button sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard strokes and synthesized tone. Well, I guess I beat the game, everybody. See? Told you. Psh. I already knew the answer. Here's the credits. For those of you who want to know who made this game. The office. Maintenance room. It's like a little gala. The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to lose. The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that the clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? Oh, God. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. I don't think I've seen the Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Interesting. Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. From Alex Olificius. I need life advice. Will playing the Stanley Parable help me make friends? I don't have any friends. What the fuck? Alright, I'm not reading through all that. The Lounge. An early version of The Lounge. Stanley's Office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's Office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. It changed so much. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout of this mockup is still in the game. An early version of the countdown room. The countdown desk. Freedom ending. What the fuck? Did you guys see that button? I know I saw that button. Oh. Scenes from the development of the boss's office. Toy lounge, underground. Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from the early takes that were not used in the final game. I can barely hear what the fuck it's saying. Alright, I think I've seen most of this area. Office clock. The monitor room elevator. Alright, let's move on.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I win.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Well, that was interesting and new. Does it just change up every so often? I technically beat the game, by the way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Psych. No, I'll just do it.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What the fuck?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
The layout
Feeling
changed.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh no! Speed running makes it different too. That's hilarious.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
They're like, take a chill pill, bro. You're moving too fast, man. You're moving too fast. My bad.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh. Did I just see red lights shoot up? Okay, I'm not tripping.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Damn, could you imagine if you worked in a place like this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Employee 427.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I think he was.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, like how would I even do that though? It won't let me touch the buttons. Alright. That's fine. It's fine. Random number. Mind control idle. Awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
What the fuck?
Though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless, to see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Oh my god!
Clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
A round of applause is needed for that fucking craziness. That was chef's kiss. Holy shit, that was too funny. Oh god. No, my goodness. It's too much. Oh wow. I can almost guarantee that half of the shit that's going on here is by design. I almost think that that spinning around effect might have been something part of the design too.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the follow. I'm trying to see what's different about this run, because it feels like every single run that I've done has been different. Slightly.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, damn.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm trying to go to other doors.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I'll see if I was able to do it. Damn it. Will there ever be a time that I don't have to...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I guess he didn't want to do it anymore. That makes me sad. I want him to
Coming
say
to a
something.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine. They let me in the bathroom this time. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Alright, let's see what he has to say about the bathroom. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end this stream pretty soon. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the Stanley Parable. Lots of choices and stuff. I would probably go through it a little bit more, but I need to get some rest in because the doggy responsibilities are all mine now. I don't have any help this week. Not for a while. Let's go ahead and resume the game, finish it off. But yeah, unfortunately, can't stay too long. I gotta go to bed. Guess he's not saying anything. Fine. The fuck? Is that a gun to a panda's head? Alright. Business strategy. Going up. Oof! Stanley Parable, what a nice game. Thanks for stopping by the South Brothers. It's always nice to have new people come by and visit. Well, that didn't do anything. This was fun. I actually did enjoy it. It was definitely an experience that I'll probably never forget. I'm probably gonna have nightmares about it too. More than likely have a lot of nightmares about it. That narrator, evil as fuck. Well, I guess there was nothing new. Damn it.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
One more 6. Let's see. Alright, well I guess I can't do anything with that. Can I touch the piano yet? No. Alright, I'm gonna be here forever. I'm gonna have to let it go. I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. I gotta take my dog out at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm out of here. Don't forget to follow and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure to check out my Discord page where you can leave comments, suggestions, game help. We can party up. We can set anytime anything that you want. We could talk about doggy news. If you have any ideas, you can share them. There's so much to do on Discord that you have the option to control basically quite a bit of Gen-Dro Studios' future. So why not give it a shot and check it out? I'm always up for new ideas, new things. So, just come by. I mean, and even if you don't want to do all that, you just want to hang out and chat, you can come by our Discord anytime you want. It's definitely open to everybody as long as you're respectful and nice to each other. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. So, without further ado, I will see you tomorrow. Same time, 9:30. What's tomorrow? Today is Saturday, right? So tomorrow we got some more random games. So on Saturday, Sunday's schedule, I don't know. Let's see. I think what we're going to go ahead and try to do is I'm going to start the morning off with Which Spring Are, and then I'm going to end the day end the night with Abiotic Factor. That Abiotic Factor should be fun. I heard it was very popular, so I'm actually very interested in trying that out, and I'm just gonna play another like cutesy game just for shits and giggles. And then I still got plenty of games for next weekend as well, so we got a pretty decent lineup. So if you guys have any suggestions for the weekend streams, just let me know on that Discord. I'm out of here. I hope that you have a lovely night or morning or evening or whatever time it is over at your place. I'm out of here. Bye.